Okay, so let's take a look at number 1, where we have this table, and we had 7 voters who chose Christina first, and then Caleb second, and Micah third. And we have 4 voters who chose Micah first, Christina second, and Caleb third. And then we have 7 voters who chose Caleb first, Christina second, and Micah third. So in this problem, we're going to determine, first of all, who wins the election represented by the voter preference above when the plurality method is used. Now, plurality is always the first place choices, so we only have to look at the first row when doing plurality. So here, let's notice that Christina, her first place votes were 7 people. So I'll put 7 right here. All right, and then Micah's first place votes were 4 people. So Micah has 4. And then Caleb's first place votes were 7 people. So we're only looking at the first row for plurality. So who wins? Well, there's no winner really because Christina and Caleb are tied. But let's see, I'm not sure if it wants us to answer both of them. We'll try that. And since I have the answer, yeah, it does want us to put both of them instead of no winner. Okay, now instant runoff method. In the following problem, you're going to determine who wins the election represented by the voter preference above when the instant runoff method is used. All right, now there's a lot of questions here though, so let's answer these questions first before we start the instant runoff method. So how many voters were there in the election? Well, we just add up the voters here at the top. So 7 plus 4 is 11, plus 7 is 18. So there were 18 people in this election. How many votes are needed to achieve a majority? Now, a majority, what we do is we take our 18 people who voted and we divide it in half, which would be 9. And we want one more than that 50%. So that's 10. So a majority is 10 voters. All right, so first round, how many votes would each candidate have during the first round? Well, that's actually the same thing we got for the plurality method. It's the first place votes. So first round, Micah would have 4, Christina would have 7, and Caleb would have 7. All right. Now, notice none of them have a majority because we need 10 for the, oh, sorry, my dogs. Let me turn this off for a sec. Okay, so hopefully she's going to be quiet now. So which candidate, if any, has the majority? Let's notice the majority is 10. It's one more than half. So none of them have 10. So there is no candidate that has a majority. Which candidate will be eliminated? The person that's eliminated is the person with the least number of votes, and that is Micah. So Micah is gone. All right, now what I'm going to do, I think this will allow me to actually write on the screen. I am going to eliminate Micah. So Micah is out of this election. All right, so let's go to part 2. And so now that Micah is out of the election, and I'm not sure if it's going to let me scroll. Oh, it is good. Once I start using that little write-on thing, sometimes it doesn't. So round 2, how many votes would each candidate have during the second round? All right, now Micah is out. So if a candidate has already been eliminated, we're going to write D and E for that candidate. So Micah's out. We're going to write D and E. Oh, now I do have to write it instead of type it, just because I'm using this little write-on tool. All right, so now we're just looking at Christina and Caleb. Now, I'm going to go back up to the chart for a minute, and we crossed out Micah. Christina is getting these 7 votes, and I apologize, she's barking again. But Mike has been eliminated, so the next one in line, these 4 people are going to vote for Christina. So Christina's going to get these 7, and Christina's going to get these 4 now that Micah's out of the election. So that's 11 votes for Christina. Let's go down here and give Christina 11. And then Caleb has that last 7. He's still first in line there at the top of those 7. So he gets 7. All right, so which candidate, if any, has the majority of first place votes? Now Christina does have more than 10, so she is now the majority is obtained by Christina. And who wins? Well, Christina wins. Anybody who gets a majority always wins. So hopefully that will help you in the remaining problems.